don't like goodbyes. I don't like leaving for some reason. And I don't like not enough sugar in my coffee. Yeah, it's my last day here on this beautiful and very special island. I came here for the sole purpose of um, taking care of myself, to take some distance from my life in Ubud, um, where I'm sharing a house with, yeah, you could say my ex-girlfriend. I'm not even sure if she's there because she went on a visa run to Thailand. But yeah, I, I, I guess she's there. She's not communicating with me at all. And yesterday I had a talk with two of my other best friends, and I could really already feel like, yeah, someday this will shift from being painful to mainly being grateful. I can already feel the gratitude. I mean, we've met 5 years ago in a community. I moved in with her not that long after because the community wasn't working. Then I found my own place, and later she moved in with me. And then we started traveling together. And now, you know, this was not planned at all because in 2024, where I came to Bali for the first time, I was just, amazed by how quickly I felt home in this country. And I consider Bali like a separate country. It's an island. Part of Indonesia, but because of the Hindu culture, yeah, they are a different kind of Indonesians. And probably this is on every island. I've been to Lombok a couple of times, but no, it doesn't resonate. The Gili Islands are okay. Haven't been there a while either. So then in November 24, we went home to the Netherlands and got sick, didn't want to be there. And I was so happy that in May we finally decided, let's go back to Bali. And yeah, I've been in Bali since. And now I visited like my family, because that's how it works in this culture. You become family. Yeah, we don't really have this in the Netherlands. Or, yeah, I cannot speak for the rest of Europe or America, Australia, some of my viewers. Or I don't know where else you're from. Let me know in the comments, please. Um, yeah, in our culture, we call everybody friends, and basically they're just acquaintances. And then you have a few best friends, but yeah, most people when they get married, they lose touch with their friends. It's just a married life. And yeah, I do see like that's been changing gradually. The community I lived in near my birthplace, I lived in a community for 11 years with 100 other humans, and most of them were like single parents with a single child. And of course, these children are spoiled beyond belief. So, yeah, I don't know if you know single child, yeah, people, but they're a little bit different. If you have like brothers and sisters, you learn to not just compete, you also learn to cooperate. And here, family has a different meaning. Here, they all live community based. And they have many ceremonies and rituals, get togethers. Like every full moon and every new moon, the men they gather separate from the women and they just sit together. Like a satsang, but without a teacher, without a guru. And they just, they talk about life. They listen. We don't have that. We have like a drumming circle or men's circle or women's circle or tantra. In the Netherlands, there's a group started in Utrecht, and it's called the Play Community, Play, and now, yeah, there's like spin-offs, Play Tantra meeting, and they totally forgot they probably don't even know the base principle of this play community. That's what life is about nowadays. You make a YouTube video and you make a short and you make it look really nice, and then everybody just copies it, put their face in it. Like, that's really important. Yeah, look, it's me showing you this video. And usually they don't add, they don't refer to its original, because so often they don't even know the original. And I don't care about copyright. It's not about copyright. It's about someone putting effort in to make something nice, and then the other is just, stealing it and posting it as their own. I don't like that. I really don't like it. None of my videos, well, maybe some. You have like this option, allow remixing. No, I don't allow remixing. If you want to see my videos, then you're in the right place. Here on this channel. And it's not like I claim it to be my own. No, but I definitely don't want someone else to claim it as their own, because I don't want to claim it as my own. I'm just a meat suit, a puppet, speaking. Yapping about life, about being conscious about life. Conscious awareness. The awareness of awareness. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's a lovely concept. But if you don't train yourself, or maybe you're naturally gifted, but if you don't train yourself to zoom out, to go into the observer state, to simply watch, like you're watching through the camera. You're not the camera, no, you're watching through the camera. You could even uh, see it as you're behind, watching along. And one thing that is so um, clear when you're in the observer state, there's no opinion. You don't have any opinions. You don't. There's no wrong or right. There's no ego involved. You are just watching the ego do its thing, watching the person do its thing. You can even watch your soul do its thing. The soul, this expression, the soul through this expression. And then if you turn the camera around, you can, from the person, you can look at the soul. But yet then it's so hard to you know, to distinguish, to 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 make the discernment between what is the ego saying, what is your programming saying, because our thoughts, they're not like pure, they're contaminated. There's even a story about the amygdala. If you go in the reptilian brain, the fight flight, and there's more F's. Nowadays there are 5 F's: fight, flight, freeze, fawn, Ferrari. Ferrari, yes. Meow. Then the amygdala, it bypasses your cerebral cortex, so it bypasses your logical thinking. So you are doing things, you're acting, you're saying things, you're reacting, doing it again and again and again, without you knowing it, without you being aware of it, unless you zoom out, you step out, you take a backseat, and you watch the amygdala doing its thing. You can notice sometimes you saying something like, "Am I saying this?" It's a wonderful experience. If you practice this like daily, at some point it will become like normal. Like even when you're like fully triggered, you can still observe your person being triggered. And you don't have to interfere because, like I said, the observer, it has no opinion. It doesn't want to involve itself. No, it's just watching. Like you're watching a movie, and of course you can be very involved with the movie, but usually that's your person, your emotions, your feelings. Like you project yourself into the movie. You start to identify it with certain characters because you recognize yourself. Or yeah, you have like, oh, I don't like. So you take in opposition, the position of opposition. Yeah, not going into that story. That's for another video. But being aware of your person, being aware of the thoughts that are happening, being aware of the physical sensations, being aware of your feelings, being aware of it all just happening in front of you, through you, life happening through you. I mean, if you are behind the camera and you are filming like a horrible scene, of course you wanna do something about it. You wanna step in. But that's you, the person. And I'm not saying we should all become impersonal, like we don't care, because then you're acting again like you don't care. Then you're playing a role, the role of I don't care. No, if you really rest in awareness and you have no opinion about things, then you get to choose. You get to use your free will to actually choose your action. You can actually choose your behavior. You can choose your next move. Like I chose to go to this island. And of course, my mind had ideas. Yeah, are you running away? Are you avoiding conflict? Yeah, part of it was true, feels true. And also, it felt like, no, I'm gifting this myself. I allow myself to take a break. And yeah, I've been just recording videos every day because I love doing it. I really enjoy making these like little mini documents. And yeah, it's a learning curve. I'm learning to make every episode count, stand on its own. And yeah, it's just while recording, I'm a little bit more aware of uh, inclinations, things. Well, maybe I can express it like this. You all know this, right? You have this impulse. If you take a back seat, that's step one. If you take a back seat and just watch life unfolding itself, accept your soul blueprint to express itself through this personality, and you just observe it. Then at some point, there's like an impulse. Maybe you want to say something, or maybe you want to do something, but you don't act on first impulse. No, you just observe the impulse. And yeah, so often when I observe the impulse instead of acting on it straight away, then it can yeah, sometimes I let it simmer, you know. I let it evolve. I let it be on its own. Yeah. I noticed that I felt the impulse to uh, explain this. I started explaining it, and halfway through explaining it, I noticed, I thought, maybe you should think this through before you express it, before you talk about it, so it's clear. And yeah, in general, I don't listen to this impulse. I just keep talking, and through natural speech, it will evolve. But I've also noticed, because English is not my main language, I sometimes need to translate it, and that's why I sometimes slow down. Because most of the things when I do these videos, I go into like a channel state. It's just words flowing through my mouth, and I'm not thinking about the words. I'm not thinking, I should say this or I should say that. No, it's just a continuous flow, like a pianist behind the piano. There's no script, there's no notes. It's not like I have to play this. No, just improvising, letting the music, uh, let the music play. Just let it happen. And yeah, now I paused because I felt the impulse, and I listened to the impulse first. Slowed down, started talking about it, like I'm still doing. But at the same time, I'm just noticing it's doing like this. It's flowing. There's no thoughts. This might be uncommon to you, but there's no thoughts. In my field of awareness right now, there's no thoughts. Sometimes like a thought pops up, but in general, I don't give much attention to my thoughts. So that's why they linger. They're somewhere there in the field. Unless, like a couple of minutes ago, a thought popped up that I found interesting in some way. So I then took this thought, I looked at it. The impulse of pausing, slowing down, and sharing what is actually happening here right now live on screen. And this is the result. Yeah, so I'm not just live streaming, I'm also streaming live. It's just streaming through me. It's a wonderful state of being. It's very relaxed. In general, I don't have to do so much. I don't need things. I don't need to go somewhere. I do need to go. I do want to go to the harbor to check if there's still a ferry today. Uh, and if not, I will take the next one. So, okay. Going back home to Bali. Well, I guess I will see you there. In the description, there's a link, and I will also link it in the end screen. This video is part of a collection, accumulation of lived awareness videos, and there's 3 of them, like video 2, 3, 4. It's best to watch them, like to binge watch them, but you don't have to. No. So all these videos, they're part of my new strategy, standalone videos, seen together. They form like a in the description I say a horizon. All right, see you in Bali. Ciao.